I think that's honestly, we get the same number every single time. I'm gonna just use a randomizer online. Hold on.
Is everyone else able to get in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's still loading.
It might take a little while to load. It took me a while. I even like at one point had it refresh the load to get in. I don't know. Let's see.
I got in as soon as I said something about it, so.
Nice. Okay. Question number 80. What is something you're great at cooking? What is something you can't cook? Aw, that's nice. That's the kind of shit I think about in the situation you guys are in. If I ever find myself in that, I'm like, huh, I should get better at cooking this. All right. So I'll put you in there. And here's the question. All right. Does anybody, for a point of DM inspiration or a fat D20 Factspiration, want to sum up what happened last time on Odyssey of the Dragonlords? If you are interested, roll a D20 in the chat. Otherwise, I will give the recap and award a future NPC the boon instead. Going once. Going twice. Okay. All right. So last time, I believe the entire session was spent in jail. You guys have been arrested for various crimes against multiple timelines, reality itself, and the natural order of the world that you live in. And the Furies and their ilk, whose job it is to monitor the goings-on of both mortals and gods alike, I guess enough had been enough, and they decided that they needed to get you out of the way so that they could go about the business of cleaning up another one of your messes. This mess, as many of the messes in the campaign, was brought to us by Anastasia. This particular one involved triggering the apocalypse early, so that was the whole thing. And apparently the apocalypse is tearing the world apart, but they don't want you to make things even worse, so they sequestered you away to a prison. But amongst your party, one individual actually had and maintained good piety with Thylea, and essentially called upon that piety and their bloodline to demand a chance to fight for freedom, or as that one musical group of halflings once said, fight for your right to be a party of adventurers. So you issued that challenge, calling upon the Oath of Fellowship, and essentially bound your fellows to your challenge, trying to fight against the Furies or free yourselves. As anomalies of fate, you are everything that the Furies hate and despise and essentially stand against. And given this opportunity to possibly end you forever, they made a, I would say, foolish decision to try and fight you. Their abilities focus on the inevitability of grinding down powerful foes into dust, but you are indomitable, or you usually are, and you held off their attacks for a very long time. But as you did enter into this battle, it was declared by the Furies that to stand against them, to die in battle against them, is to be wiped from existence. But the challenge was still issued. No other course of action was considered besides this challenge. And so, the fight happened. Tistafone was the first to die, followed by Megara, the eldest and leader of the Furies. But during the combat, Philippocles also fell. It was also during this battle that Hypatia called out to a long ago foe for aid. And aid was sent subtly. Anastasia, not a god, despite her tremendous power, received the blessings from Luthiria without permission. That's how God do ya. Philippocles, a fledgling god and divine being in his own right, was given the choice of accepting the aid or falling in battle. And as he has proven time and again, he chose his honor and his pride above everything else. And so he has fallen. Now, injured, beaten, bloodied, and near a death far more permanent than you're used to, one Fury remains. And she is a pillar of hatred and rage. And currently, her ire is aimed entirely at Anastasia. So, on that note, we enter into the, I believe, 9th round of combat with Reset at the top. And we'll see where things go from here. All right. Would anybody like to answer the Factspiration question? If you're interested, roll a die. If you don't feel up to
and
it,
dead people answer it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that works for me because then the good guys won't have it. So, all right. Phil with a 5, going once, going twice. Cyrus with an 8, going once, going twice. All right, Cyrus with an 8. What are you good at cooking? What is something you can't cook?
Well, Cyrus is horrible at cooking seafood.
That's a dangerous thing to be bad at cooking.
He jokingly says it's the curse of Sydon has made it so he always burns his seafood.
Nice. Okay. What is he good at cooking?
But he is really good at making kebabs, like lamb kebabs, shish kebabs.
Okay.
That kind of grilling. He's good at that.
This is the most lighthearted question we've ever had. You may ask the same
That's
question.
because you didn't get my answer.
You could ask the same question of any NPC that you've met previously during your adventure.
Let's see. What is Hexonia's?
Oh man. Hexonia is good at cooking up trouble. Hey, schemes and shit. She's not good at cooking anything else. That's why she employs / has slaves to do all the work for her. So that's it. That's the answer. Yeah. All right. On that note, we will resume combat. Sorry for my biased recap, but when you do the recap, you get to be somewhat biased, I guess. Let's see. Last Monday.
You controls media, right?
Yeah. I guess, yeah. Let's see. Here we go. There we go. All right, Reset. You control the initiative going into the next round.
Yeah, can we also get a reminder of the 3 rules that's currently active?
Oof, that's a great question. I
know what the
One
last
of them
one
is no whales.
I cleaned. I think it's no dragons, no whales, and no mercy are the only 3 rules that are currently
Okay, yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do we remember him?
Who, Phil?
Yeah. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
what
I mean,
non-existence means,
like,
but-
here in this moment. I mean,
Okay.
as he's laying there, but yeah. I mean,
Well, I think in the heat of the moment, I probably wouldn't have noticed yet,
Mhm.
because I never think that Phil would ever go down.
fair.
So,
Okay.
The game is paused.
Oh, sure. There you go.
So I'm gonna run. This is Anna's fox thing, right? Owl. Okay, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
go here. Apparently there's a wall there, so okay. That's flanking, right?
You gotta be 180. She's a medium-sized creature.
Okay, there's a wall there, so I can't stand there.
Correct.
Okay. So stand there.
Okay.
Okay, and I will just, do what I do best, and just stab. So 30, 31. Flurry. And then I kind of want to replace my last attack with a grapple attempt.
Okay. So you got a 30 for how much damage?
11 piercing. So
Oh, okay. So it's a 30. Oh, so the 31 and then the 34. Okay.
Yep.
And then your last attack is to be a grapple. All right.
yeah, I'm gonna try to grapple her.
All right. She will try to resist.
Okay.
And
That's it.
she does. All right. Getting a boon for inspiring. You may, as a reaction, grant any ally. Aw, poor baby. All right. Then she will take the damage. But she will resist it. All right. And then let's see. I don't know if they have any paragons left. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they would have 1 paragon left. So she'll go ahead and do the reaction to try and reduce the damage coming in with the parry 50. So she'll just have done it to the first one, and then she will take an action against you. And so I guess she'll just fire a shot at point blank with the bow. And that would be 25 points of damage.
I'll use my reaction then
Okay.
to deflect it.
Nice.
I never do this, so I have to look in my sheet to find the button. Oh, there it is. Okay. 25.
Okay. Do you throw it back at her or no?
Yeah, I basically just grab it and stab her in the face.
Okay.
I'll roll the boomerang.
Ooh.
20, I think, because I'm in melee.
Yeah, so 20 is not going to hit.
Okay.
All right. So you go up, attack a few times, try to grab her. She tries to shoot at you. You grab the arrow, try to throw it back at her. She whips to the side. It flies off into the distance and vanishes. And that will be that. As play then passes from Reset to Hypatia, because this person's no longer an initiative. But as play passes to Hypatia, here we go. She'll use her last Paragon action. And with her last Paragon action, we will... Yeah, I guess she'll just fly up 5 more feet. staying in melee with you guys, and then take a shot at Anna. Nope. And also getting her reaction back. So Anna, 25 points of damage. All right, Hypatia, you're up.
Okay. I am going to... I'm going to reach into my bag and grab a scroll of disintegrate. And I'm gonna use that. Because anything else, she's gonna hurt me, and then I would go down, and that would be bad. I would take this time to tell everyone that Phil has gone down. It's not good. I tried to get us some help, but he refused it, because, you know, he's Phil. But it's gonna be close, guys.
I have one more spell slot, I can try and bring it back. But maybe this is supposed to happen.
All right, Hypatia.
There we go. I had to find it. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. All right. So just gotta make a dex save. Oof. Let's see. No magic resistance. She'll go ahead and use her Factspiration die for recap in the session. Here we go. And pass.
Okay.
Alright. Play passes to Electo unless you have any other move or bonus action you want to take.
I do not.
Alright. Okay. Electo's turn comes up. She is going to, I guess, fire at Anna. Here we go. Uh, 33 for 25.
I'm down.
All right. She's going to move to. You know what? She's just stay where she's at. All right. As play passes to the layer action, she looks at Phil on the ground. She looks at Anna, who is just dropped. She looks over Hypatia, who is almost dead. She looks at the beings that are surrounding her, and she looks more determined and more ferocious and more unreachable than ever before. And as she calls into being a new rule, whales are now allowed again. You don't know why they were ever outlawed in the first place. Seems kind of weird. And she declares that no one defies death. And Anna, you're up.
Wait, did she not shoot me 2 more times? I thought she had 3 shots.
Let me see. Oh, my bad. Multi-attack, 3 shots. Thank you.
I mean, she's been doing nothing but shooting me for 3 fucking turns.
You. All right. Don't worry. I got you.
So
all right.
there's
There you
like
go.
so no one
Now
can defy
it's your turn.
death, but I wouldn't be conscious. Does rolling a death save mean I'm defying death?
I
But
mean,
I don't have a choice in
Oh.
rolling a death save, do I?
No, I guess you just roll it, yeah.
Well, that's good for me, because actually, I don't roll it, and this happens instead.
Okay.
When you have to make a death saving throw...
Though technically, every time she shoots you, like, you would have just popped back up at 1, prone on the ground, so... Because, I mean, she's still pumping you up, so...
Okay, so
I guess you wouldn't have any death saves, failed death saves yet. But now that this rule is in play, who knows what happens. So you would start your turn with 1 hit point.
I'll never get to use this feature.
Don't worry, you'll get to use it. I mean, I don't know if your benefactor wants to take a bunch of true damage for fucking with this.
Okay, so do I have 1 health, or am I...
Yeah, you have 1 health and you're prone on the ground.
Okay, let's stand up. And... Oh, well. Everything's broken. Alright, I'm just gonna... make myself normally. Damn. I'm just gonna fly over to Phil and try and revivify him.
Okay. Alright, as you try to revivify him, you would be breaking this rule of defying death. Take 50 points of damage and be judged an Oathbreaker.
But I'm not the one defying death.
What do you mean? You're deliberately going over there and trying to bring someone back from the dead. That's defying death. But I mean, I guess here's your 50 damage.
So does it happen before I even cast the spell?
I mean, yeah. As you're casting it, you're acting in defiance. Hypati was taking the damage before she was getting the spells off when she was doing it during the spellcasting ban.
Alright, I guess that's it.
Alright. As you drop, can you hop into secret chat? Okay. So as you drop, you hear a voice that is familiar to you and that you likely has a lot of bad association. And the voice says, I'm willing to help, but it's starting to hurt. Are you certain you can win this?
I'm not certain we should win this.
Oh, that sounds like quitter behavior. And after all your hard work and your brand new city, you're just gonna let all that go?
No. I'll never let go.
Well, then I'll take the hits if you keep on hitting. All right. Then you would pop back up with 1 hit point.
I don't know why I wasn't showing haste up. The effects of it.
All right, Anna. As you fall, the spell goes off. But it does not do anything. You shudder on the ground and kind of cough up pint of blood, and as you look around, you see the magic lingering and fading of the trees.
So you're kind of roboting. I'm sorry, I can't.
Oh.
Yeah, it's real bad.
All right, hold on.
Oh, it's clear there.
Okay.
All right, you better?
It was fine before you left. You just have to basically give it a few
Oh,
seconds.
talk it
Yeah.
out, like when you're stuck underwater, and I just keep talking
Yeah.
until it realizes
Okay.
I'm there, and
It's
then
the
it
same-
gets better and better and better. Okay, it's the same
Yeah,
it's the
effect.
same
All right,
thing. Yeah.
all right. Am I better now, or?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
Good to know.
So Anna, as you drop, the spell goes off and travels into Phil's body. Hypatia, you watch as Anna's magic kind of lingers in his body, glows on his body, and then starts to fade. Anna, as you wake up and look around, coughing up about a pint of blood in the process, you see the magic fading. It has done nothing. You do see, glowing at the core of his being, is his divine spark. Anna, you know, and Hypatia, I would say that you are able to discern that he or the spark could be saved, but not both. So you could either save the spark of valor, that some other might take a mantle upon themselves and maintain valor and courage within the realm of Thylea, or it is erased instead. Phil lives, but without the spark.
And I assume there is no way to consult Phil on what he wants.
I mean, OOC chat, you definitely could.
Okay.
I mean, we could have it lingering there for a moment. I'll throw a divine spark down on the map.
Okay. And I have a good question. The Oathbreaker, was that a negative status effect?
Yes.
Okay, then I will ignore it and lose a gem.
Okay. You actually find that Kentimane's protection does not protect you from the Furies.
It's a very productive turn, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna... Let's see. Since I realized that, and said no mercy.
I mean, you really would have been caught out twice, because, you know, mercy is also like, you know...
That's why I didn't
saving someone's life is merciful. Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
you're really just breaking oaths left and right, Anastasia. It's a mess. So, all right.
I'll just blast Earth my bonus action with the array of stars. The
Okay.
next star. And then I'll heal. Shit. It's gonna keep attacking me.
Let's see. That is definitely going to hit, and she takes the full damage.
I'll spend a hit dice and heal that much.
But has her reaction up, and is going to use it to parry, and then return fire at you.
I'm just gonna end my turn. I can't do anything. I'm done. Done.
Okay. Seeing your condition and your frustration, and that you feel every death that she is dealing to you, and that whatever is happening to you
Please stop
has to be
gaslighting
taking
me, please.
some kind of toll on you. She seems to finally feel some peace. All right. Play passes to Cyrus. As it passes to Cyrus, she looks at you, Anna, and she says, I don't know what kind of game you're playing. What sort of cheating you've decided to partake in this time. But I suppose watching everyone else die will have to be punishment enough for you. And then she's going to take her shot at Hypatia instead. Alright, Hypatia, 25 points of true damage off a critical hit.
Okay, I will drop.
Do you drop to 0? Or do you Death Ward to 1?
I will actually use that Selena's boon.
Okay.
I haven't used that yet. So what is that again?
To drop to 1 and then get 100 temp HP.
Yes, that one.
Alright. Cyrus, to you.
Alright. Okay. We will look at Alecto and say, I'm sorry. We will start the beatdown.
Sorry? You ate her sister.
Your sister I wasn't sorry about. Her, yes. She was actually nice.
Okay, 34 is going to hit. And 34 is going to hit. Okay, 34 is going to hit. You seem to like 34s. And 27 is going to hit.
So that's 4, so I got 2 more attacks.
Because
One
of
for
the
haste.
haste and the
Arms.
arms. Got it.
It's a bonus action he gets to use.
Alright, unable to resist, use her resistance against these attacks. Her HP is plummeting. But still a respectable amount. Maybe enough to do what needs to be done.
But now we're going to action surge.
Alright. Okay, so let's see. We do have to check for a complication on the one. Seize initiative. At the start of the next combat round, have everyone roll new initiative. Oh, okay. Alright. So let's see. The 23 would not hit, but the others do. So 13 more damage, 12 more damage, and 14 more damage. Alright, she's still hanging on.
Damn. Alright, that's all I'm going to be able to do. And after this round of combat, I'm going to have to actually move it.
Alright. Let's see. Alright, as we head to the next round, we gotta do a fresh initiative for everyone. So I'm just gonna roll fresh initiatives. Let's see. Oh, yeah, so if everybody could just go to their sheet and hit the roll initiative button. It should roll a fresh one. No? Aw. Alright,
No,
then
it's
we'll go ahead. I'll just end the combat and then start it back up again. That seems like it'll work. Oh, reset initiative. There we go. Alright. So everybody rolling fresh initiative.
Oh, nice.
Alright. Oh, 220. That's an incredible initiative. Alright. Reset. Starting the round off. What do you do?
All I can really do now is continue to pile on her.
Okay.
So. 36. The 20. I don't think the owl gives flank, does it?
Yeah, it's a creature.
But does 23 hit?
23 hits.
Okay. So 23, and then another flurry. $30 and 34.
Okay. You hit her 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and you see the wounds that you have caused, the wounds that Cyrus have caused, are just being torn wider and further. She's just bleeding openly at this point. The only thing keeping her alive is her orders, essentially.
Yeah, basically just desperately trying to continue to stab her so that she goes down.
Okay. All right. As you end your turn and play past Hypatia, she's gonna fire a shot at Hypatia. Only getting a 19 though.
Oh, hey, shield.
They're
All
always
right.
at advantage.
Oh, you right.
Oh,
You right.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry. 27.
All right.
Yep.
All right. 25 done.
Okay. All right, Hypatia, to you.
Okay. As my turn comes up,
Mhm.
and I see Phil, I'm kneeling down next to Phil. I see the spark there. I am going to grab the spark and essentially start ripping it up so that I can access its raw power. I want to use it to bring Phil back, and I want to power up an extremely powerful dispel magic to break all the rules on this prison. I want to end the rules.
Oh my! And that will completely destroy the Spark of Valor if you do
Yes,
that.
it will. Yes.
Okay. So valor, courage, bravery, that sort of thing. So essentially, with this effect, as you see Phil beginning to fade from the memories of the people, beginning to fade from your own memories, as you look forward and backward in time and kind of look through the third eye of wisdom that has been granted to you by your domain, you see that if you do not act quickly, every memory, if it will be gone. Whose butt crack will Reset have gotten stuck in way back in the day? No one will remember who that person was. Maybe just a hired muscle, maybe just a failed initiate that didn't make it the rest of the Odyssey. Seeing your friend's legacy being unwritten from reality, you grab hold and begin to unspool the Spark of Valor. And as you do, you lash those threads to what remains of Philippocles, tying him to this world, tying him to this story, tying him to this time, and this reality, to the memories of all who have known him. And as you do, the light of the spark begins to flicker dangerously. And then you rip and tear it asunder. There is a shockwave of light as it just burns and flashes. And as it does, you see Phil let out a gasp, a raspy, rattling gasp. And then you see that all of you and your allies are restored to full health and are under the effects of heroism and Hero's Feast, if you were not already. And unfortunately, that is the most it can do against the will that is the Furies. They broker no treaties with gods or sparks of the divine. They are arbiters of Thylea's will in Thylea's world. So
Okay.
I'll pop all you guys back up to full real quick. And give you a heroism boost. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a hero's feast. And that's the best I could do for you. Anything else from Hypatia? Bonus action or movement?
That is gonna be it.
All right. Play will pass to Cyrus. Cyrus has stepped away, so I guess I'll just.
Oh no, I'm here.
Oh, you're still here? Okay. All
I
right.
wasn't sure if.
All right, go for it. Go for it. You're up.
Um, I'm actually going to. Oh, wait, I'm not the thing anymore. Okay. So we'll just attack.
All right. Let's see what happens. Collapse. A major structural failure of some kind or trap nearby.
The end of the universe.
Oh man.
Oh,
All
no.
right. I guess just like a fucking meteorite, like a falling star would just hit everybody. Yeah, that checks out. All right. Let's see. Eh. Oh man, it's not the best star. I tried. Okay, so it's this you're fighting and just a fucking, the stars flying in the background, but one of them just like collides, bam, with the four of you right there. So everybody give me DC 20 dex saves against 10 D10. I would say radiant damage because star.
I'm gonna use DM inspiration so that it's just a straight roll.
Oh no,
without a
you don't have to
disadvantage.
do it. It was just these guys over here. It's not big
Oh,
enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Phew.
All right. It's just those four right there. Okay. Let's see. Dex save. Oh shit. All right. You get like you somehow weaponize your bad rolls lately. You've done some kind of secret like dice magic. It's incredible. All right. The second attack is a crit, so that's gonna hit. Then there is the damage from the star, which is 58. All right. Anything else from Cyrus? You got a couple more attacks, right?
Yep, 2 more attacks.
Okay. She's still going. She
Another crit?
will parry that one. And then yeah.
I don't know why
Lash
it's
it.
doing all the text again.
Does 24 hit?
I'll use my reaction so it won't.
Oh shit. Okay. And then you
It's
had
fine.
one more. You have
Shield
another
second
attack?
charge. Yep.
Okay.
Actually, I have 2 more attacks after this. One for the bonus.
Oof. All right. With that, how do you finish off Electo, youngest and last of the Furies?
Bring the hammer down, kind of right on her back. Try to make it as quick as possible.
Okay. Yeah, there's an audible, like, snapping and crunching sound, and then she dies. No clever quips, no ominous words. Right.
I'm gonna help Phil get up and say, I'm sorry. I know how important it was to you to be a god. So that you could protect everyone. But I didn't think anyone could be as good of a god as you were. And if you couldn't be, then no one should be. And I think even without the spark, you'll still do the duties.
Phil, take her help to get up. Listen to what she has to say. I don't know. Sometimes, doesn't matter how hard you fight for something. At least I can still be here for the people.
Yeah. And I think that will help the people more than anything, more than having another god of valor.
Okay.
You get us out of here.
Well, let's see. Now that the Furies are dead, I'm gonna start magically testing and investigating the prison.
With their defeat and the arrangement made between Cyrus and Thylea, you've won your freedom. So you can leave.
Okay.
Before we go,
Hmm?
I kind of want to see what she has.
What she has? What do you mean?
Yeah, like, you know how I took a whip from
Uh-huh. Yeah.
just see if there's anything on her that, like,
She has
like
a
a Electo that she kept that wasn't, like, that doesn't seem like she would have, I guess.
Oh, I see what you're saying, Reset.
Like
Yes,
personal belongings, yeah.
yes, you take her 20 square set.
That's okay. Well, I didn't know she had that, but I'll take it.
Okay.
You take
She
the
has.
badge, the Fury badge. I guess you earned it.
Damn. I mean,
This could have been so much easier. As I grabbed the badge.
she would have the Fury badge. She would have her personal set of 20 squares, her eye patch, and her rope of ensnaring. Her weapons were simply a manifestation of her will. The bow and blades.
Does the rope need attunement, or is just like the other one?
Yeah, it's just an incredibly badass rope of ensnaring.
All right. So I'll take that one too.
All right, I think my stats are gonna go back down, right?
Yeah, anything and everything related to the spark, minus the part where it ravaged and destroyed your body and your essence.
Oh,
So
okay.
all the good stuff
That's
is
good. I wanted
yeah.
to hold on to that so I could remember.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, it took my stats all the way down.
You don't look so good.
I'm I'm good enough to fight.
Well, I think there's still going to be a lot more fighting to do.
Yeah. Do I have an idea of how much time has passed? Like, were we
This
like
whole
in the void for a
ordeal,
while? Yeah.
this whole ordeal for you, I mean, it felt like mere minutes had passed.
No, I know, but like in the world beyond is what I mean.
It would be unknown until you returned.
Okay. Well, I will look around and say, we can get out of here. That's easy enough, but it's gonna take me probably 8 hours with my spell book to get my magic back in order enough to get us. Unless someone has a magic item. I know we want to get back as quickly as possible, but
I think Cyrus has the cube, but he stepped away. Let me see if he's got the cube on his person. He mentioned the cube last week, but does anybody have the cube? I'm not seeing it in his character sheet.
It should be him.
I never had it on my character sheet, but
Oh, okay. All right. Let me see. All right. I'll see if I can track it down real quick. Here we go. Alright, Cubic Gates. Key locations. Thylea's Heart Tree. The Nether Seas. Shrine of Luthiria. The entrance of Elysium. Which has since been destroyed. Hades. Banks of the River Styx. The Elemental Plane of Water. Or the Hollow World. Entrance to Pandemonium. Which is right below the Isle of the Fates.
well, I will look around to everyone. Say, we could head back to the Heart Tree, see what's going on, or we could rest a bit and then head wherever we wanted.
It's wild to me that this thing has charges at all, because like it has 3 charges at a time, and one use is 1 charge, and then you get 1d3 back daily at dawn. So it's like that's a strong item.
We could visit 3 planes in a day.
Yeah. The cube is 3 inches across, radiates palpable magical energy. The 6 sides are keyed to the 6 planes that we discussed. You can use an action to press one side of the cube to cast a gate spell with it, opening a portal to the plane key to that side. Alternatively, if you use an action to press one side twice, you can cast a plane shift spell with the cube and transport the targets to the plane keyed to that side. And I believe a plane shift allows you to take up to 8 willing creatures who are linking hands in a circle. Or whatever they need instead of hands if they don't have hands. Feels very ableist that you can only plane shift if you have hands, but all the octopuses and stuff out there just left out. Alright, if that's your play.
I think we can afford a short breather, but I don't think the apocalypse is going to wait for anyone.
I don't think we're gonna do much good if our spellcasters aren't at their full strength.
Take whatever you need.
Phil's gonna like do that thing where like he puts one finger in his mouth. He's gonna like hold it up. He's trying to like figure out if time is flowing the same here.
It feels like an eternity is passing, Phil. Been here a very long time.
Yeah, I think time is, I don't know. Time is what we make it, so. We can rest and then I'll be at full strength. And then we can head to the heart tree. Sound good? I will look around to everyone.
Bill takes a seat next to Tisophone's head, lays on it, closes his eyes.
I've got an extra rope here if anyone wants it. It's one of their ropes. You just use an action to, or you say the words, and you can restrain people with it.
Oh, I'll take it. I might be able to use it.
It's just called the rope of ensnaring, right?
Yeah, did I add it to your sheet or no?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I'll add it to your sheet. Hold on.
Okay.
Anna's just sitting there, pulling arrows out of her body, kind of healing up all the wounds she took during that fight, and is just very reticent. She's even left the cult mentally. Just patiently wait till everyone else is ready. I can be ready to go in a minute, though. We really need to get going.
Yeah, just let us know when, Hypatia.
Well,
I'm just gonna take a seat here.
let me, We'll take about 8 hours and let me just review my spells a little bit so that I'm not, preparing spells for Blitzball for the apocalypse.
Can you tell us why you prepared Disintegrate for Blitzball?
I thought I might get angry and need to destroy the ball.
Those answers are expected.
I also prepared Ice Storm. I was gonna freeze the whole water sphere. Anyway, we can go at any time while I work on my spell list in the background. I think we'll use the item to go to the heart tree.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Reset and Phil, I added the Furies rope of ensnaring to your sheets.
I will attune to it with one of my 3 free attunement slots.
Okay.
It doesn't need tuning, right?
No, it doesn't need tuning. It's
Yeah.
just
Oh, okay.
it's just a god level utility item.
Well, I got some attunement slots if anyone's holding on to anything.
I also have one. We need to find some magic items.
Right. So you guys are heading over to the heart tree. Okay. Alright. So did you rest for 8 hours then?
Yes.
Okay. Would that... Alright, Hero's Feast lasts for 24 hours. So heroism would wear off, but the other stuff would stay. Okay. Right.
Question. So I can attack with a two-handed weapon in one hand and grapple with the other, can I use this rope of ensnaring to grapple with my other hand?
If you can grapple, yeah, you can do a grapple one-handed and then use the rope to grapple with your other hand. Sure.
What about hold a weapon and use the rope?
You need a hand to use the rope.
I see.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. Hold on. All right. So you'll press twice on the cube with the symbol of the tree of Thylea, and you feel yourselves discorporate and recorporate in a familiar grove. A massive tree looms hundreds of feet over you. It seems to have healed from the ravages and damages that were done to it not too long ago. You see that ambient creatures have returned and are thriving. And you notice that the temple that you built is still present. You can feel the presence of the divine kind of emanating from this tree, and you feel, despite everything that's happened, that there is an aura lingering in this glade that seems to be trying its best to keep everything here calm and serene. But you are powerful enough to know that you yourselves would have to willingly accept those feelings, but that the creatures here seem to be sort of kept in a sort of blissful, sort of innocent state. It is impossible to see the sky through the foliage above, but you think that it is sometime in the afternoon. But the bits of sky that you can see through the canopy are a blood red. And I'll take you over to the map.
Well, seeing that there's no immediate disaster present here, I will sending to Chandras and say, we made it out. What's going on?
Chandras will say, "Where have you been? There was... You disappeared, and then... Hypatia. You remember the cubes in the Nether Seas?
Of course.
Something has happened. All of the clocks, all of the sand. It burst from the glass. It was like the natural order, the time itself had just been broken. The cubes fell, shattered, and their horrors have clawed their way to the surface. It all happened so quickly. They're everywhere, ravaging the land. Where are you? We will come to you.
We're at the Heart Tree. The Furies had imprisoned us, but... Well,
But
there aren't
wait,
any Furies anymore.
You destroyed the Furies.
We had to. They were going to let the world be destroyed.
That doesn't seem right. I don't know how long it will take. We can fly the airship and bring all who have not left to fight to retrieve you.
Well, we could teleport to you. Where should we be?
We're currently with Anna's people, but do you remember the thing that came out of the scythe when Anna shattered it?
My mind does not want to remember it.
It remembers her. It is
Well.
large enough that we can see it in the distance. It is ravaging the Indigo Island.
Well, we'll come to you, and then we'll decide what to do.
All right. I will let everyone know to await your return. Though many have left to die defending what they love.
I'll gather everyone together and say, looks like we're going back to the Siren City. Did we name it, by the way?
I was gonna name it after the exhibition game.
Oh.
You guys see a familiar figure standing by the temple, watching you. And Selene looks over at you and says, "Chosen, where have you been? And what will you do? Death is everywhere. Lives are ending. Every instant, every thought, every breath, another one snuffed out. Something terrible is happening. The mother, she is frightened. This was an end she foresaw, but not for thousands of years. What has gone wrong?"
I'll just kind of step forward, and I'll put my hand on the trunk of the tree, and I'll say, "We'll stop it. I think this is what we're for." And I'll look back at the others, encouragingly.
She nods to you, and she says, "Do any of you require my boon? I might place it upon you, for what is to come may test you in ways that you've never faced before."
I will always take any help I can get, wherever it comes from.
Okay. She re-ups Selene's grace on you, if you are willing.
I still have mine.
Okay, then you're good. You're very frugal. Very frugal.
Didn't get shot. I'll take it.
First, I got shot a couple times, right?
No.
So, no.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got shot a few times, but
there you go.
Definitely take one of those if that's possible.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna ask her exactly how many days or weeks have gone by
Since when? Since what?
since we
Since-
disappeared.
I do not know when you left. Only that
Since this began.
it has been only 3 days since this apocalypse fell upon us.
Okay, that's not as bad as I'd feared.
All my fault.
It's not your fault, Anna.
No, we're gonna go fix this.
Wait, do you go to save this world? Save her? And she looks up at the tree.
I shrug and say, "Yeah."
She clenches her jaw, and you see tears in her eyes. And she nods, and she says, "I fear that someone has to. I don't think this is something that Kentimane can do alone. And with her children gone, she is so frightened. She has ever been afraid of losing everything, of... But you are here now. Thank you."
I'll start drawing out my teleportation circle.
And the destination is?
The Siren City.
Alright. Alright. As you go to do this, you start to discorporate, turn into magic, light, force, and transpose from one place to another. Hypatia, you know that in that moment, something, it's not so much is wrong, but something has happened. And when you look around, you do not see yourself in the city of the Sirens, but in a dark and despairing place. It feels like one of the many hells that you journeyed through in your quest to regain the soul of Chandris. There is a tent, a hovel almost, that seems to be made from the bones and skin of some ancient, unknown beast. And it is built at the precipice of a great yawning canyon that seems to lead down into a red emptiness. And you realize, looking down at that red emptiness, that it is the skies of Thylea, and that you are not in hell, but in a shadowy pocket of the Nyx.
Is it just me there, or is everyone there?
Looking around, you see that the others are there as well.
Well, this is not where I meant to go.
And you see, pondering her orb in the shadows of the tent, is Luthiria. You notice that there's a circle drawn on the ground. And you identify it pretty quickly as sort of a binding circle. And she raises a hand as if to forestall any sort of like sudden violence, and says, "There you are. The little Oathbreakers. I guess I'm an Oathbreaker too. I showed mercy. I defied death. And I defied my own mother's will. Because, as always, I have seen something in you that needed protecting. It's almost the end now. And I don't know how you want this to end. But you've been such good allies that I would like to know, what do you want? What will you do?
Did you unleash the horrors on the
Oh
world?
no. You see, my job was to contain the horrors of the world. Your friend Anastasia released them. You were there, remember?
I definitely didn't see that happen.
You didn't see her shatter the scythe and release all the greatest evils into the world? Beings I spent my existence hunting and protecting the world from? It's not a very easy job, but someone had to do it. Look down. Look down and see the world. And perhaps you will know what it is you want. And as she does, you guys find yourselves going to a new map. But like you're still on this map, but you're like on, you know what I mean. Alright. Here you go. Are you guys able to see the apocalypse?
Only
Are we supposed to be
pockets.
able to see, the whole map?
Let me make it so you can see the whole map. That's a good question. Let's see. Test dummy. He works hard. He can't always cover every angle. There we go. All right. Are you able to see the whole map now?
Yes.
All right. Cool. So as you look down upon the world from the Nyx in a sort of supernatural kind of way, you see tremendous creatures of ancient power and fury ravaging and destroying the world. They may have been enhanced in size for effect, but they're very big. Along the northern coastline of the mainland, you see a creature composed mostly of eyes and anger. And it is just rampaging across the northern shores, ravaging the centaur tribes, the small pioneer settlements, and basically any holdings or places of civilization that it can find, firing innumerable laser beams from its eyeballs and picking up mountaintops and throwing them off into the distance to smash small towns and buildings. You see volcanic fumes rising from the Mithril Forge and know that an ancient horror that once ravaged the Mithril Forge has returned from the depths of the Hollow Worlds, and even now seeks the destruction of Vulcan's dwarves and their allies. You see a familiar face looming over the Isle of Hexonia, rising from its lair, preparing to visit violence and terror upon its neighbors. You see the great Terrask that you encountered in the Iron Cube of the Nether Sea, now released early from its prison. It rampages in the plains west of Mitros, headed towards the city. On Fire Island, you see a creature nearly as big as the volcano itself. A lizard folk of tremendous fury and destruction, scooping fistfuls of lava from the volcano and just guzzling them down. It seems to gain strength as it feels the many centuries or eons of sacrifices that have been made to the Heart of Flame. You see on the Isle of Themis a massive ape-like creature, a furious, primitive beast that hunts the plains, making its way towards the city of Kalendos. You see on Scorpion Island a draconic beast of pure hellfire that is just ravaging the grasslands and deserts, turning them to ash and glass. Even the isle that Helios calls home has a dark, foreboding shadow over it, and you see the corrupted form, the shade of Icarus, the corrupted silver dragon, now effused with the darkest matter of the Nyx, delivering shadow and death upon this island of the sun. And at the Indigo Isles, you see that great unnamed horror that was released for the Scythe so long ago. All around it, reality seems to warp and bubble as if melting. Far to the northeast, the Isle of Typhon is a fiery ruin, having completely blown itself apart in a violent eruption that has boiled the seas. And you see the Maw has risen and does battle against Kentimane as he tries to keep it from reaching the mainland. One thing does not make it past the sharp eyes of Rosette or the keen mind of Hypatia, and that is a new landmass. An island floating above the waters, where, I suppose, Praxis once was. As you stare down from the Nyx and take all this in, Luthiria from behind you says, "What will you do? What will you do now? There's too many, even for you to each take one. And each of you has something that you love. It's in danger right now. Do you see? But there is a way that we can stop this. There's always a way, right?"
What are you thinking?
Everything here in this prison, it happens as she wills it. It has always been thus. Ever have we all been slaves to her whims. Even this he planned. It just happens that it's happening a bit faster and sooner than she anticipated. For you see, even she did not want to live forever. So she dreamed up a failsafe, an end. But if you end it, you take control of the narrative. It stops being her story. It starts being your story. I'm sure Sweet Versi made you think that it was always your story. But no. You're just fulfilling roles that were written for you long before you were ever thought into existence. Each and every one of us has a role to play as she pulls our string and sets another burden upon us. One more burden and another, and another, until you're carrying so much that you wish it would break. That you might not have to carry it anymore. I've watched you grow and take on more burdens. And I'm telling you, in her world, there is no end to burdens. No end to rules, restrictions, and suffering. It felt like you were very close to figuring it all out. But I fear your spark has faded. I hope your will hasn't faded as well.
Are we on the network?
Yeah.
On the network. Phil says Cypadia. Is this just crazy talk, or was she saying true?
I expect it's true from a certain point of view. I doubt it's the only truth. Does that make any sense? Maybe that doesn't make sense.
She believes it to be true, at the very least.
She definitely does.
I mean, what else do we do? Even if we take them all one by one? If we can manage that. How many live?
Even if we take down Thylea, how does that let us control everything? That's what I don't understand. I think she just wants it all over. She talks about having to have so much burden if she killed all her siblings that could have shared that burden. Or imprisoned them.
That's exactly what I thought.
I have no doubt she believes she is doing right. In her own twisted way.
I mean, Thylea had us imprisoned.
It was the Furies, not Thylea. They were acting on their own too, how they saw fit.
Created by Thylea. What do you mean?
Yeah, it was
They said-
both. I
They
think
said several times that they were enacting her will. That this is her will.
I
I'm
think
just saying, her story adds up.
I think that it is her will in the sense that, well, you know how the Lotus Witch's Tower is. She's got all these windows, and sometimes you see some really interesting stories through these windows. It's like how I saw the story where there's a button that ends the world, and somebody accidentally presses it, but then you can't stop it. I think that she can't stop it. And I think that's why we were imprisoned. I think she didn't want us to be, but I think she couldn't stop it.
Times why press that button, hi Patty.
Well, just because she can't stop it doesn't mean that we can't.
The whole time you're having this mental hero huddle, she's just staring at you guys.
I don't know what the
Her.
point of having a mental hero huddle is. I think I probably
Her.
would have said that out loud. My part.
I mean, it's because it feels good, you know.
Yeah, don't get Revalia at 5th level ritual.
He says, "There's no harm in asking the questions that you have. I know that you don't trust me. I know that you think I'm crazy. Rosette made all of that very clear when she tried to force her will upon me. But nothing that you have done has diminished my admiration for you, my awe of you. You truly are something remarkable. More so than the dragons ever were. I thought with the dragons I had found something powerful enough to stand against her will. But no. They were the precursor to something greater. You. It was always you. You were made outside of fate, outside of her control. She cast you into the roles that she had planned for you, and you turned everything on its head. You made everything upside down. You are a marvel. It is possible to stop this. It's quite simple, really. She just needs to wake up. If she wakes up, the dream ends, and with it, the nightmare as well. The apocalypse, all her fears, tucked away at the end of the book.
And this world disappears too.
As you say that, her lips kind of purse a bit, and she says, "Well, that is not known. You know by now that my mother fled from a terrible situation. A prisoner, a slave, an abused plaything of a cannibal father. You have met him, have you not?"
We did. I still wish I'd killed him.
By the path you
One-
left. Yes.
One of his servants fell in love with her and helped her escape. And together they fled far into the Nyx, far and farther still, until she could go no farther. My father, he carried her for a time, but soon he grew weary as well. He laid her down in a sea of stars, and swore to watch over her forever. And as she slept, she wept. For finally, she was free and safe. And the tears that she had held back, for you showed no weakness to my grandfather. They were so plentiful they formed a sea around her. And as she lay in repose, she became the land. And her breath gathered into the clouds and the sky. And she began to sleep. And at first she was plagued with nightmares, such horrors, such creatures of darkness and despair. Kentimane, my father, he battled those things. He protected her. He protected what she was becoming. Long enough for her to understand she was the dreamer. And from that point on, she simply took everything terrible and tucked it away at the end. And then she began to dream of beautiful things. Waves and wind, trees and animals. She was beautiful and happy. And my father looked upon her with a lustful longing, fueled by the purest admiration and love, and he lay with her. And my siblings and I were born. Born of that union, and born of her will to protect and shape the world she was becoming. But now, the end is here, sooner than we anticipated. But we don't have to watch it all end. You could wake her and end this nightmare once and for all. Free everyone from this dream. Perhaps the world that she has become is real enough to last. Or perhaps each and every one of us will be cast adrift in the Nyx to wake up on some far-flung shore in a real world, to lead a real life.
Then why don't you wake her?
I am willing to try. I would need help. But I don't want you to help without all the information. There is another way. Rather than wake her, you could take the dreaming for yourselves. I know you can, because you don't have to follow any rules. In fact,
I was wondering about that.
you killed the rules. You would have to take it from her by force. But once you did, the threads of the world, of fate, of this whole plane would be yours. I would prefer my mother live and wake to a new life, that she might not sleep away her existence, but truly live a real life. But I do not wish to be destroyed. And if you would not help me wake her, it leaves us very few options. I do not fear the world that you would make, but I ask of you that should you take this world as your own, would you release me from it? Let me go, that I might find my own way and walk my own path. Whatever you decide, I will support you as best I can.
Give us a moment.
I fear I have kept you long enough. Should I return you, or do you need a moment?
Do you still have the spark of dreaming?
I do. I am the gatekeeper of dreams. I was tasked by my mother to walk the edges of reality, to herd the nightmares away, that she might always have pleasant dreams. And so my existence has been one of horror and madness.
Guess in network would think it was worth asking if she can open a portal to deeper into her dream.
I mean, likely she can once we've decided which direction we're going. That has to come first.
Do we cast her aside? Go and save as many as we can? Maybe 10, 20%? Do we wake? Or do we take?
I'm gonna look to Luthiria and say, send us on our way. There are others we should consult with.
Of course.
Before you do, I need to ask. And I guess I'll look her in the eyes and I'll just say, you asked us to release you. Is that truly everything that you want?
She looks at you and she says, I wanted you, but I have had my fill of everything. I have lived in great abundance. I have been the goddess of excess. I have held more spark, more domains, more power than I ever should have. I needed to make sure it was being managed well. The others were sloppy. They would make a mess, and you wouldn't want to make Mother and Father angry. I just took and was given. I had everything and nothing. But the one thing that I wanted, I could never really have. Freedom. Even when I walked the path of the Vaultbreaker, I gave up so much of myself to endure the journey. My being, great, raw, as my mother's will dragged me back. I looked upon Hades' face for all but a moment before I was unmade and reformed here. There's no escape from me, and there is no end for me, not as long as she slumbers. He won't let me go. But you can. And she closes her two human eyes, but the third eye just stares, like just right into the window of your soul, Reset.
Reset's just
believe,
gonna.
I still do that. Everyone is deserving of a second chance.
Yeah, Reset's just gonna say after that I had the chance to see the world beyond these borders. Maybe one day you'll see it too.
You see her open her human eyes. They are full of tears. And she says, even in this darkest hour, in this darkest place, you fill me with hope, my former champion. Goodbye. And you guys feel yourselves finish teleporting. Alright, so this is your new dashboard. As you arrive Hypatia, Chandras rushes up to you. With him, as always, is Zamrox. And yeah, he says, "You're here. Thank goodness. What are we to do? The ship is on the way. You can see it there." And he points, and you see the airship's kind of heading over. And he says, "Perhaps you need a better view from the sky. I don't know if I could encompass everything that's happening just with words. You would need to see it for yourself, Hypatia."
We got a view on the way over. Luthiria intercepted us.
His eyes narrow suspiciously. "She is involved in this? Is it her treachery?"
I don't know. I think yes, I think no. Yes, in the sense that, well, it is her doing, but no in the sense that she couldn't do anything about it. There was no other thing that she could do. Same as there's nothing else we could do. We have a lot to talk about.
All right. Well, who do you want to see? Who do you need to speak with? Those gods that you saved, they have left. They said they were going to do what they could, and they flew off.
Well, that's good. Hopefully they didn't... Well, they made up their minds to stay. Hopefully they kept their word and didn't go back to their own world when we needed them. But I do need to redeem a promise. Hades promised aid for freeing his siblings, and ostensibly freeing his siblings is what caused this. So, I will send Ding to Hades and say, if you're gonna help, now's the time. We need a word.
Okay. Alright, let me take you over to the roleplay screen. Unless you'd like to just keep staring at the map, but I guess for now I'll go to the roleplay screen. Alright, so they've noped out. Everyone else would still be here. Okay. Alright. I feel like these Dragonlords peeps would be gone, but could come back. Valis would obviously be back home. Castus. But your Arete, Bullbug, Heroes, Kyra, they would all still be here. Okay. Alright. Alright, hold on just a sec. Alright, so back in the City of the Sirens, you can see that the people are terrified. They're rushing around. Off in the distance, you see these like mountain-sized sort of silhouettes just ravaging and destroying. Hypatia, you do ascending to Hades, and you receive a reply, and you know, you both gods, so you just kind of like chat it out via rapid sendings, and he says, "To what do I owe this pleasure?"
Well, I freed your family, as asked. Apparently, it caused the apocalypse.
How unfortunate for you.
Yes, I suspect you knew that would be the case.
Well, you can only put off your troubles for so long. It's irresponsible. It's like hiding everything under the bed or in your closet when your parents tell you to clean your room.
I'm only miffed, not angry. It's fine. We'll deal with it. The question. You know as much about Titans as anyone that I can reach. If we wake Thylea, this will all stop. But would it destroy the world anyway? After all, what does it matter if it's destroyed by evil monsters or destroyed by the land waking up and walking away? What do you think will happen?
I think it is very likely that the world you call home will cease to exist. You are not a real world, but only half of one. A demi-plane, as it were. A vast one, the powerful one, able to pull in from other worlds new and strange things. But the power source of that world must remain intact, or it will shatter. And those real enough to survive the shattering will find themselves cast out into the nick. Some will drown, some will be devoured by the creatures that hunt there, and others will wash up on the shores of other worlds and other demi-planes, and perhaps even the inner planes, those of elemental power. The only way to sustain the world would be to end her life. The magic that she holds would die with her, but the world that she has become would finally become real. Or, if someone was willing to take the mantle of her dreaming upon themselves, to lay down in her stead, and keep the dream going, then the world would continue, and this new dreamer could dream up a world that is not ending. You see, she never mastered her fear. It followed her across the multiverse. And when she laid down to rest, it laid down beside her, like a serpent. It coiled close, never leaving, waiting. someone of a stronger mind or a stronger heart could seize the dreaming for themselves and banish the nightmares. You have many ways forward, young god of wisdom. I am curious if wisdom will see you through.
Always has before. This problem is not insurmountable.
For one such as you, I would agree.
Okay.
Be careful. My family can be very treacherous and very dangerous if people stand in their way.
Oh, I know. I played blitzball with them.
You hear a soft chuckle, and he says, they invented a whole thing of sports. They called it the Olympics. It's ridiculous. Who has time for sports? Not me. I'm too busy working. Some of us have jobs.
Walking my dog. In fact, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Before I hang up the magical cell phone, does anyone have any questions for Hades? I will reach out on the network. Anybody have any questions they want to ask Hades? No?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you. We appreciate your counsel. We have much to discuss.
Of course. Of course. I shall be watching from my side of the multiverse. This small cataclysmic play. Bye. Good luck. And this is normally when I would get to say something like, but at least you got a whole week to figure out what to do. But the joke's on you, assholes. You got an hour and 19 minutes left, so you better get thinking.
I'm making a list. I'm
right.
typing out notes. I'm gaming out our possibilities. Hang on.
You guys could freely discuss as much as you need to. I will answer any questions I can. I will be whatever NPCs you need me to be.
My vote's for taking on the dream.
Okay, so just to spell it out, it seems we have three
Wait.
options.
You say you vote for killing her and taking out the dream?
You don't have to kill her to take on the dream.
I think that's two separate. Yeah, we have three possibilities.
OC. You'd have to convince her to let you take over the dream.
Okay.
Else, you would have to take it by force, which I could see why there would be confusion that you might have to kill her, because what if she's willing to die to keep it?
Yeah, so in brief, our possibilities are: we wake Thylea, but Thylea, the world, ceases to be. We kill Thylea, and the world itself is safe and the monsters go away, but perhaps the magic of the world is diminished. And then we take over the dream of Thylea.
There's also the fourth option that Phil brought up another option, not the fourth option, another option that Phil brought up earlier, the very pragmatic and sad option, which is you don't get involved in any of this bullshit. You try to stop as many of these terrible kaijus as possible, and maybe there'll be some survivors and you guys could start over.
True.
The fifth
Oh.
option, get as many people as we can and leave.
Abandoned
Bill's
ship.
arc. Bill's arc.
Argue. I would actually maybe.
Well, Phil
Loop
didn't make
that
that
in-
idea. Phil's
okay.
player made that idea. Like, Phil,
So-
if anyone's just abandoning the people,
They can't leave Thylea though.
Do you want a rundown on the kaiju situation from, like, Chandra's? Like, you know, you get up in the airship and he's like, someone's always taking the wind out of my sails. Thought I was finally going to give the best pre-arc wrap up, you know, but nope, this time it wasn't Kyra that ruined it. It wasn't a little kobold that ruined it. It was actual Luthiria that came in and spoiled everything. But he still wants to give it to you if you're willing to take it. So... Yay, nay, anybody?
Yeah, I don't know that we need it, but
Oh,
if anyone
okay.
else wants to, I'll sit through it if anybody else wants it.
I mean, if he looks like he really
Well,
wants
this
to
might
stay.
this might help you understand your timetables too.
okay, then yeah. Let's
Which
take
is
it.
to say, you're gonna see some horrifying thing appear in the bottom of the screen.
Oh my god!
So
You
only-
fucked up. You fucked up.
If you get to wave 4 and have not figured out what to do, the campaign ends in complete failure. 2.5 to 3 years of work, complete failure if you make it to wave 4. In wave 1, each of these kaijus and the other movers and shakers of the campaign are going to do something. Then wave 1 will be over. Then they will go, whoever is still alive, to do whatever they're scripted to do in wave 2. And then anyone that's still alive will go on to do whatever they were scripted to do in wave 3. And with the conclusion of wave 3, the campaign ends. One way or the other. So, the situation here in the north, they are worried that they're calling him Eyesore, because, you know, like, I don't know, Argus was just taken, so they just call him Eyesore. They're worried he might go to Astoria. There's not a lot to do here, and he does seem to be targeting civilizations. And once he runs out of all these little frontier towns, it'll be like Woodhike, and then all he's got left is Astoria. Likely by the third wave, he'll reach Astoria. Over here, Typhon is literally the manifestation of monsters. That's right, Cyrus, you heard it. The spark of monsters is right here.
I need to make a brief detour, guys.
Kentimane is holding this dude back, like physically, like King Kong Godzilla shit going on, trying to keep him from, you know, ravaging across the shores. They think that Typhon's goal is to burn down the Old Wood. Yeah. So this creature right here, admittedly, this is a Luthiria thing. Like, you know, she unleashed this thing during the war to sabotage the Mithril Forge. They didn't really push the creature back. The creature pretty much ruined the Mithril Forge. You guys were there. You saw the big crater it came out of, the claw marks. You remember, like,
Baylor
a million
plus
years
plus.
yeah, a million years ago. Yeah, it's the Baylor plus plus. It is back and has been hiding in the Hollow World, and it heard all this rowdiness and has decided to come and finish the job or do the job again. Vulcan, he will not abandon the Mithril Forge and its people. So he will stay here and he will fight. and he will probably die because he's not a god anymore, and this is a very tough creature. Over here, Hexia, she's known this guy's been her next door neighbor for years. She knows he's a bad dude. It was only a matter of time. She's gonna stay and defend her people. One way or the other. This is not a normal Tarask. This is a CR30 custom job. This has the full capacity to completely level the city of Mitros. By wave 3, there will be nothing left. Valis will not abandon Mitros. Fire Island. Once this guy is done eating all the god lava, he's just gonna pick a random direction and go for it. But he likes killing gods, and the biggest god in town is about 3 waves away from his current location. So, I mean, if you want to know what happens if Thylea dies, I mean, could just try to steer this guy.
Is Halcyon fighting that thing, or is it just...
Halcyon for sure is already fighting this thing, but Krokonos, the God Eater, one of the errant souls, has gone uncontested this whole time and has been killing lesser gods, you know, like spirits of the land, spirits of like rivers, you know, like shit like that. And he's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. He's literally the size of a mountain now.
Don't worry, guys. We'll our future selves will deal with that.
Squidward Tentacles over here. He's trying to find
Can you have a more intimidating name, please?
Okay. Let's see. Gus. All right.
Okay, Gus.
So Gus is over here looking for the lady that set him free because he wants to give her a great gift. He wants to show her how to expand her mind and see the infinite possibilities that exist in all dimensions at once. He wants to repay her the great kindness for releasing him from that pesky prison that he'd been put in. He's asking everybody where she is, but they keep losing their minds and turning inside out and stuff. So it's a real bad situation. Eventually, he'll get the idea that there's this island full of Anastasias over here that just surfaced, and he'll just head right on over there. And so by wave 3, there will be no more City of the Sirens. Over here on Themis, this monkey, he represents the spirits of all the men who died on Themis. And all of their impotent rage at the treatment they suffered and their anger at the matriarchy. And it is a raging storm, if you know what I mean.
So what you're saying is it's not as big as it could have been because of our actions.
True. I would honestly say this is probably one of the more manageable kaijus on the board, actually. Then you got this Heart of Devastation. This is basically everyone who's been wronged by the Lotus Switch. Every soul that got cheated, bamboozled, confused, it basically is sort of manifested into this just rage dragon that is just... Yeah.
Don't see is inside of its head, being piloted by Steve.
So, it's starting with the wild places, then it's going to destroy Nasari probably in the second wave, and then it will topple the Lotus Tower by wave 3. Down here, you got Helios trying to go up against this Nether Dragon. This dragon is the embodiment of anti-life. And essentially, should it succeed here and defeat Helios, it will expunge the sun, plunging the whole world into darkness.
Well, at least
We already
people
did that.
use
Let's
that.
only be the second person to have done that.
Alright,
On
so...
the right side,
Ever since we brought the sun down, people keep a heavy storage of candles and torches.
Right, just in case. Then there was that awkward new sun, like when people were trying to learn how to drive the sun. Yeah.
Just all out of the sky.
But I mean, if Thylea were to die, you guys would get a real sun. You'd become a real world, and you'd have real weather, and you wouldn't have shitloads of magic everywhere. You'd probably become a low magic fantasy setting, and yeah, good times. Just your own little planet, very small planet, like a little Pluto-sized planet, but.
I mean,
And I assume we have these guys over here that are just bickering with one another on how to fix this shit.
New Olympus? What's that? I don't know who lives there. That's weird. Anyways.
on the bright side, it looks like at least Aresia's doing okay.
Well, yeah, because yeah, they are doing pretty good actually. Yeah.
Who's the shadowy dragon though? On the map.
That's this guy right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you look, you can see a lot of the dragons. Like here's the Taransk.
Has this
Yeah,
stuff
they're
been on the
really
map
cute.
this whole time?
Yeah, I'm sure they had a map for it for this chapter.
Yeah.
No, I think this is an edited version.
No, this map is specifically for chapter 12. They made a map just for chapter 12.
Okay. I was gonna say there's no way I didn't notice this shit.
Yeah, no, and with the
It's
death
adorable
of
little Tarrasque.
yeah, and with the death of Sydon, the islands don't move around anymore and everything, so it's a much more strategic map to look at to kind of get an idea of where things are going and what's happening, kind of thing. Yeah, I think this guy is supposed to be him right here. That whatever the fuck this
wow,
weird
look,
this
it's like
weird
Platypus.
turtle thing. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. They're pretty cute.
They are.
So, yeah, I don't know what this guy, who this guy was supposed to be. The Kraken's up here underneath Eyebite. There he is.
Nice.
Underneath where?
Up here.
Oh.
You see him? Those little tentacles. Yeah. But yeah, so this is the official map for chapter 12.
What type of bullshit is this elephant doing?
Well, the elephant is
taking on a many?
Well, no, the elephant's defending the land. The elephant's the sacred animal of Thylea.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, so she summoned this kaiju elephant. It's trying its best, but this guy right here, I mean, he's basically like a mountain giant with a bunch of beholders strapped to his head.
Yeah, I think he just took a beholder and attached to that blemish thing we fought earlier.
Yeah, it's a rough scene over there. So, anyways,
We really
all
need-
that delivered in Chandra's voice, obviously. But yeah, I figured Chandra's delivering it would just be too grim and too sad. So, but yeah.
And then over here,
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
looking good for Mitros.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, I was like, we gotta keep the mood a little bit above zero. So we're not gonna have Chandra's actually tell you how things are going, but it's pretty bad. So the problem here is obviously these things are very strong. As a group, I believe you're capable of fighting them one at a time.
What if we broke up into 5 groups?
If you broke up into 5 groups, we would have 5 spectacular suicide battles to play out. I think it would be very rough. But that, of course, creates the problem of if you can only fight one, and there's only so many waves, and each one that you ignore, something horrible happens to that region. You're being put in this horrible situation of who do you save? Who do you sacrifice? What do you do? Or do you refuse to do Kaiju Royale and try to find a more definitive answer?
When we could lure them into each other to have some Monster Hunter Turf War.
That's true. Yeah.
Some of the more bestial ones. I want to eat that. No, I want to eat that. Fight.
And I definitely think Krokonos needs to go eat that god of monsters.
But what if he just gets stronger though?
And you've met this god of monsters, Hypatia. He ate you once.
You used to
remember?
live in
Yeah,
there.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's a lot bigger now. He seems to have sort of added most of the island of Typhon to his body mass as he, Rita Repulsa showed up, all that shit. Yeah.
Oh no, what happened to Axehead?
He's in there somewhere. He's in there somewhere.
Can we give like a spear or something? Like, oh, you'll be Spearhead from now on. That's way cooler.
Hey, in another timeline, he's still got his axe, okay?
Oh, barely.
Right?
Thanks to a deck of cards.
It was a trident, so in him it looked like a fork.
Oh yeah, Trident.
Forkhead, right? Or Trident Head? Oh, man. Well, he's mixed in there somewhere in this huge Voltron of molten rock. Apparently, this is who Kentimane has prioritized out of everyone here. He feels that Typhon's the biggest threat. Or he feels that Typhon is threatening something worth protecting. Because you notice that these guys are destroying settlers, and Kentimane's never been a big fan of settlers. Or people. It could be that Kentimane has just randomly chosen a target. Who knows? It could be that Kentimane is afeared of some of these creatures, and that is why he did not engage with them. But it is a no-brainer that if anyone attacked Thylea or threatened Thylea, he would abandon whatever skirmish he was in and go to her immediately. Or try to go to her. I mean, currently he's embroiled. If for wave 1, he is currently embroiled with this creature. So if you engaged this fight right here, you'd have both of these dudes turf warring at the same time during that whole battle. But it also means that for wave 1, you at least know where everyone is on the map, essentially. Or at least the kaijus. So. Alright, so I'll stop talking and let you guys discuss.
I think we were hoping you'd talk for another hour.
You've got this, guys. You've got this. This is good. You have a whole hour. You could do it in character. You could say OOC when you need to do it out of character. This is a good role-playing opportunity. The whole fate of everything is basically up to you guys. I have literally no idea how this game is going to end.
Okay, so cinematically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna gather everyone, all the party members, all the relevant B team members. We'll have Valis and Vulcan and everyone kind of astral project in, so that even the people not physically there are represented.
But what if I don't know if Pythor can do that?
Then I'll send him to our centaur friend. She can help him. It's fine.
So
Parthala?
Reset's
Yes,
grandma can
Parthala.
help.
Yes. Yeah, Katya can help. There we go.
OC, this may be completely off the wall, but what if you wish leveled modified memory to make her forget her nightmares? Because these are all born of her memories.
So I'm going to put it out here for you. This entire campaign that we've all spent 2.5 years on is not going to be resolved with a wish spell. So, just thought I, in case that wasn't clear. That wasn't clear.
Okay, if I didn't ask, I had to ask.
Or like a year ago, I would have just had Luthiria been like, I wish the campaign was over. And then I would have messaged you guys and be like, hey, just found out, the campaign's over. Sorry. The end. Yeah, some things are above 9th level magic. Some things are above 9th level magic.
That's good to know.
A great old one, a primordial, right, is above 9th level magic.
I wasn't gonna bring it up. Just say it.
No, but it's good. And I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. I'm just trying to make light of it because I mean, obviously, if we could do that, we definitely would, right? Because that'd be the simplest solution.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I will.
Oh, see, I was gonna, while I was getting bombarded from everywhere earlier and I was feeling real bad, I was gonna say, hey, Hypatia, what if you wish I never existed? That way you guys had more time.
Oh, damn.
Hypatia would not do that.
It's so awful.
Do you want Selene and Astraeus at this meeting? Yes or no?
No.
No. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna say no. They are namby-pamby rule followers, and we are maybe gonna break some rules.
Okay. Do you want Queen Darian and Moxena?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Why not?
I always forget what a babe Darian is. Dang. Okay. You want the Dragonlords or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we take like a preliminary vote so we can kind of see where everyone is leaning?
Yeah,
Sure. I think players have permission to make polls if you want to.
All right,
do it.
I'll make it up. Is it flash poll?
I think it's flash poll. Yeah, it brings it up.
I was going to suggest we go around the room and in character give our first thoughts.
Ooh,
but
that's great. Yeah.
We could also do a poll if you'd rather, but I think it would be more fun to do it the other way.
So Red Hand has found themselves in some pretty rough spots. Remy could attest that Red Hand's got some pretty stressful decisions that have to be made because of the campaign timer. And one of the things we had to do at one point is they had to just say or write down what their character wanted and what their player wanted. And then they built a poll with all of those results. Because then, like, you guys have been here for this journey too. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, you know what I mean? So, like, sometimes the writer betrays his character because he really didn't like the direction that the thing was going to go if the character could make it go that way. And then sometimes the audience is like, man, fuck that. That's not what would have happened. If Philippocles had his way, it would have gone like this. I know that Remy, I know he changed it because he didn't like where it was going. But, like, at the same time, that's, in my opinion, like, you're right as well, right? Because you've been on this journey the whole time as well, right? So, like, you should be able to be a part of a story that you enjoyed as well. You know what I'm saying? I've had characters in the past that I don't like those characters very much, but, like, for role-playing purposes, I followed through on what those characters wanted, even if it wasn't what I wanted. And while I enjoyed the challenge of doing that, I often wonder, what if I had just done what I thought was cool, right? In my opinion, there's no shame in that, especially in a long-ass campaign like this, right? Your characters have gotten a lot of amazing things, and if you find yourselves at odds with where your character wants to go, you should at least be honest about it. Even if that doesn't end up being chosen. Like, it might feel good to just say, well, honestly, this is what I hope to get out of everything. So don't be afraid to kind of have that separation of what you as the player think would be a great ending and what you think would be cool and what you think should happen, but then also what your character would do. Yeah. All right.
Well, as our stakeholders gather, Hypatia will explain that we've been during the past 3 days, we've been really plumbing the depths of the history and the reality of this realm. It seems that we are stuck in a nightmare of Thylea's making. She sleeps, and she is having a nightmare, and this nightmare will destroy us. We could wake her, but, well, it seems that would likely destroy the world anyway, because she is our world. Maybe some of us would survive, the strongest of us. We could destroy her. The land itself would survive. She is our land. Her body is our land. She, of course, would not be able to dream anymore. But it is her magic that sustains us. And so we likely would lose all of our magic. Or most of it. It would be difficult to predict what that world would be like. Or we could take over the dream. She could have a dreamless sleep, and someone else could continue the dream that is this world. How would we do that? We don't yet know.
I have a question. At meeting, would you want representatives from Aresia?
Probably.
What do you mean? Risette's gonna be there?
No, old Dragonlords, the Jacenna and Harpathos, them. They
Okay,
would,
but you don't want Jocasta the Shadow Master?
Probably not.
Oh, okay. Alright.
I don't know. Anyway. I know Crash is doing a lot of work right now, but I don't know if we want the world to know what we decide.
Well,
we're just friends here. Let's put it that way.
So everybody that you've invited here is okay, that you see on the map? Or do you not want the Amazons? What about highly religious fish people?
That one's up to Anna.
Okay. One or the other.
Where are the Gerblin representatives?
Ooh.
They're losing their minds on Indigo Island.
Yeah, they're actually the target of Wave 1.
Oh, guys.
Yeah, the Indigo Dwarves and the Indigo Gerblins are the first casualties of Wave 1.
The Gerblins.
I know.
They got it.
Now they're deep Gerblins. Now they're deep Gerblins.
You know, that might be a better life for them.
I can just imagine them looking like those suits from the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Made of flesh and stuff.
Ugh. Turned inside out so they can see everything. Alright, well, if you're asking these assembled people, Darian and Moxena are shook. Wait, would you guys want Yala here? Yala's kind of fighting this monkey dude up close, like punching him in the balls. Like, did you want Yala to come here or for this?
I mean, I would like her to be here, but if she's busy, she's busy.
Yeah, I mean, she's their Titan essentially for Themis. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nora should definitely be here.
Oh, okay, got it. Alright. Well, Darian informs you that your daughter is safe at the palace. So you do not need to worry about that. At least not yet. But that Yala is on the front lines trying to combat that horrible masculine monster.
Thank you.
So their stance is, what the fuck? You can't kill God. It's different to kill a god like Sydon or to beat up Kentimane, but you can't kill the world. That's crazy. So for the Amazons, they feel that if someone were capable and willing to take over the dreaming, it would need to be the best of all of you, or the best of all of them. Like, who would be willing to essentially give up their existence to continue to dream the existence of others? And what sort of world would that be? Right? Like, I mean, imagine the world through Bullbug. Man, I don't know if it'd be that bad.
It sounds pretty great.
So yeah, like their stance, they would be a vote for stealing the dreaming, essentially. But having had their whole nation fucked over by Luthiria, they wouldn't know that you guys had talked to Luthiria, right? You just have information.
No, I would not have shared that.
Yeah. So yeah, they would just say, yeah, do the dreaming for sure. The dreaming for sure. These three, a lot has happened to them in a very short amount of time. And then Pontus would say, well, whatever you need, Anastasia, we will provide. And know that you are not alone. You saved the 8 gods. You set them free. Freed them from their burden. They will come if you call them. They will aid you if that is what you need. I know this. And he looks to Kayla, and Kayla says, it is true. They have left, but they have not gone. Even now, they plan some answer. You could go to them and see.
And it's nodding, yeah. We need to know what they're thinking about doing too.
Yeah. So Valis, Castus says, in this, I will finally have the wisdom to look to my wife for answers.
He's in the hologram call. He turns real quick and Valis.
He's like, baby, is your mic on? They're waiting for you to talk.
Oh no, but they're sharing the same mic in this. They have 2 different mics in the same room. Oh no. All right, so she mutes her mic and she leans into his mic. And she says, "I say we kill her. I know that's probably not what you thought I would say, but I mean, less magic. I don't think that's a bad thing. And who's to say that the next dreamer won't be worse? Or that the next dreamer will be able to control the dreaming? We might just be trading one cataclysmic event for another. Her death is the only concrete answer we have. I'm originally from a prime material world, and magic can find its way. It might be diminished at first, but if nurtured and tended to, it will grow. This could be the beginning of something real. Something the people can control, not the gods. And when she says that, Kyra looks kind of mad because she totally agrees with everything that Val said, and it's like kind of doesn't like agreeing with everything Val says. So she's just sort of, yeah. Katya says, well, I would have to disagree with Queen Valis and say that this is the opportunity of a lifetime. Seize the power for yourself and shape the world in your image. And just don't forget the people that helped you along the way. Vulcan would say, whatever you're hoping to do. If it involves bringing harm to Lady Thylea, know that you'll face the full force of Kentimane's will. He was toying with us during the Battle of Mitros. But if he gets any inkling that you're planning harm to the missus, well, it won't be an easy fight. I feel terrible, but Valis might be right. Ending her life, it ends all of this, and it sets the people free, truly free. I spent centuries playing by her rules. I lost people I cared about. And then he looks up at heaven, because, that's where his wife is. And he says, I spent centuries hating her. And I suppose I could easily stand aside as she's finally put to rest. After all, this was an end she had planned. She just didn't expect it so soon, I suppose. Pythor says, well, I don't know what to do. I know that I want to go, and I want to stand next to Hexia. I want to help her defend the life and the family that she's made for herself. And that I don't want a decision that would leave my family without a home. There's no waking her up without someone taking over. And if that can't be reached, then killing her's the only way. I'll stand with you while you do it. And he looks over at you, Phil, and he just gives you one quick, firm nod.
Hey, Phil. When the meeting's over, you should probably try to get your kids onto the Ultros. It being a skyship now, it stands the best chance of getting out of here, should things go wrong.
Queen Honora turns her voice or push to talk on, and she says, Phil, is that what's going to happen? Are we just going to leave?
I want to save as many as I can. That's what I'll do.
I don't think that standing against these creatures is going to save as many as we can. And I don't think that fleeing will either. I think we have to choose to end her or to take her burden.
Joe gives her an agreeing nod.
She starts to tear up, and she says, "And it better not be you, you dumb bastard." Sorry, Pythor. You better not take up that dream. You have a dream, and it's me, and our life.
Joe's just kind of nodding at her.
So Malzeno says, well, as much as I have grown to love this place, I mean, he like looks around, and like all the kaijus of the destruction, he says, there are so many other worlds left to explore. Sure, we could take the brightest and most talented, and looks over at Bullbug, and delicious, and start somewhere new. This is always meant to happen. Who are we to stand in the way? It would be like freeing a butterfly from a spider's web. Unnatural. And Carpathos looks at Malzeno and says, my friend, we've lived long enough. We've seen so much. Would you truly turn your back on this world? Leave it to this destruction? When we have been offered solutions. Her death, or a new dreamer. Either is preferable to walking away. And as he says that, Jacenna just nods. Like, yeah. Corinna says, I was born in Mitros. And I was raised in Astoria. I have the blood of the Dragonlords. I am both of Thylea and not. I have traveled with the Chosen. They saved me and gave me purpose. I died with them and for them. I will not abandon this world or its people. I think someone should take the dreaming that the death of Thylea should only come if she refuses, if no other option is presented. And then Argon just looks at everybody and just nods. Zamrock says, which everyone understands to mean, how did this happen? That we, mortals, would be forced to choose the fates of so many. We speak of burdens, but can there be any heavier burden than this? And then he looks to Chandris and says, which you all take to mean, I am sorry, Chandris, but perhaps a world with less magic might be best. Chandris looks so sad when Zamrock says that, but he kind of nods and says, I understand. I don't know what to do. But long ago, I started to place my trust in those people. And while I doubted myself and my decision constantly, I am prepared to follow that instinct wherever it leads and do what must be done, should I be called to do it. I have other words, but they are for later. For now, to all those who have assembled, thank you. I know that you have much to do. So, the Chosen will give you parting words, and we will do what must be done. And he kind of looks over to all of you guys. And then everybody looks at all of you guys. And then you feel the weight of the entire world on you guys.
I can start.
Go ahead.
So we're doing character and player, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Rosette's gonna look at the party and everyone, and so in her mind, Rosette is scared to suggest the dreamer, because she's looking at her party and she feels like she's going to lose someone who's going to become the dreamer if she does. And so she says that she thinks it might be best to kill Thylea and turn this world into a real one, because it'll then allow the people of Thylea to venture beyond the borders, to see the world beyond this land here, to become real and to be free. But the player, I think the dreamer idea is cooler, and I'm totally okay playing 20 squares to try to do that. But I don't know if she would be, so.
I don't know if I want to live in Rosette's world. Everyone's playing 20 squares all the time.
But yeah, basically she says that she thinks killing might be the only option.
Okay. Anyone else got?
Okay, Hypatia will go next.
Okay.
I'm going to advocate for something that no one else did. I think, and it's Hypatia saying this, I think that we should wake Thylea. I think that she is as much a prisoner as we are. I think that Rosette's concerns about having a real world, I think that is good. But even if we kill Thylea, I don't know if this will be a real world. Can we protect it from other worlds, from other planes? We know the things that are out there. I don't know that that's a solution either. I know that if we wake Thylea, many will die, but I think that if we work together, if we work with the Olympian gods. I think that we could shelter people. And that we could bring people to new worlds. It wouldn't be abandoning this land to its fate. It would be allowing something new to happen, something totally new. And as Hypatia speaks of something totally new, you see kind of how excited she is by that prospect. The secret internal thoughts, which no one else other than I think the party members would know, would be that Hypatia would love to stay in this land. Everything she's done has been to save this world. And of course, it sounds like taking over the dreaming would be the easiest way to do that, but she won't do it. And she won't ask someone else to do it. She's given too much to the world already. She won't give the rest of her existence herself. She thinks that she deserves to be free. She thinks that Thylea deserves to be free. If someone else maybe makes the choice to take on that burden, maybe that's up to them, but she won't do it, and she won't ask anyone else to do it.
Does Hypatia's player have a different take, or no?
Essentially, that second take is Hypatia's
Okay.
player's take.
Gotcha.
But Hypatia's player is loyal enough to her character that she won't let Hypatia take over the dreaming.
In a way, Hypatia is kind of in line with what Malzeno was suggesting, which is to say, this is what would have happened. It's happening now, but it would have happened eventually. Like, who are we to stop it, essentially? But Cyrus, do you have a take?
Yeah. Cyrus is for the dreaming. Taking over the dreaming. And he'll freely let the others know. He'll volunteer himself up for that just because he feels like out of everyone else has kind of connections, that real ties, people they're fighting for to keep safe and protect. And Cyrus has just kind of been here to protect his friends, try to help them, and this is what better way, you know?
I mean, as you suggest that, Kyra speaks up for like the first time, and she says, "But what about Nessa? You'd never see her. She went on to Elysium, and you'd be here forever. Forever, Cyrus."
And she'd still be happy.
Wow.
Nobody's meant to be with one person forever. I was happy for the time I had with her. But I can't deny somebody else that pleasure in her next life. And Phil will be with his family. Hypatia can go have Chandras in the magic school. Anastasia has her sirens to look after. Rosette can choose to continue her travels or lead the Aresians, even if she wanted. But she still have that freedom. I can protect my grandmother. Perhaps free her so she can travel. And, as much as I despise her, give Luthiria some peace as well. And it's possible, because I've shown that I've tried to protect Thylea this whole time, maybe she'll listen to me. See that what I'm saying is, true from my heart.
Kyra nods.
And me, the player, thinks the same way.
Phil, do you have a take?
Yeah, Phil would say, I would do whatever saves the most lives. There's been a lot of talk about making this a real world. As far as I see it, the people are what makes it real. It is real. Whether that be one of us taking over the dreaming, or taking Thylea's life. I would just see my people live. Phil's players take, I mean, I've been saying let's kill Thylea this whole time. It's been like, what, like 30 episodes? 40 episodes? I would love to fight a primordial titan of, I don't know, worldliness. It'd be pretty cool. As for taking on the dreaming, Phil wants to be with his family in the end, but he has always been a character of sacrifice, and if put in the position, he would definitely do it if needed, and he think he'd do a good job at it. He wouldn't want to see anyone else do it, but he, like I said, he wants to be with his family in the end, if he can.
Okay. Anna, you have a take?
She wants to undo all of it. She wants to believe in a solution that saves the most lives, like Phil said. Since it is basically all her fault, she would definitely be willing to take up the dreaming. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, when you say that,
I know, this is the...
Yeah, Kyra turns into Archurania and gets real fucking rowdy, starts throwing over, office chairs, conference tables, takes the coffee pot, smashes it, regrets it, tries to drink the coffee, breathes breath weapon everywhere, melts a hole in the wall. Like, yeah, she's not okay with this idea. And she says, "You don't have to. Cyrus already said he would." And
it's all my fault.
It's not. It's not your fault. That's what she says. We can't trust what she says. And then there's some murmurs. She said, she. Val says, "Could you say that again? Sorry, I didn't hear. Who said it?" And Kyra tells Hypatia to end the call. Do you end the call, Hypatia? Dang, Hypatia just leaving everybody hanging. Wow.
Dude, Kyra be like, Hypatia, hang up the goddamn phone.
Sorry,
right now.
my dogs were barking. I was muted. No, I would say that Megara did it. Megara said it. Megara said it.
Oh, Megara said it. Oh, okay.
Megara said it. Yeah. It's not technically a lie.
I just feel like I know how you felt. I feel like the monster that never
No.
was
No,
meant to
no,
be.
no, 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 no. I chose to do those things. You tried over and over and over and over again to do what was right, to do what would help people, to ease suffering, to save your family, Anna. Their memory, their souls. My mother set you on the path. Is it her fault? Did she see all this? Is this what she wanted? You are, at the worst, a victim of circumstance. Maybe cursed, maybe unlucky. But I don't believe for a second that this is what you would have wanted. I don't think that anything that you did was done to hurt or to harm. You are not a monster. You did not vomit forth gouts of acid and milt men and women who were fighting to protect their way of life, their species from extinction. You didn't pander to the whims of some power-mad psychopath. You have always stood for what's right and always stood up for what's right. You are not a monster. And all of this, it was all waiting anyways. So it's happening today instead of 2,000 years from now. What does that change? Nothing. If it rains today or it rains next week, you still get wet. So it's fucking raining. And we're gonna get through it. Together. Except apparently Cyrus. But don't worry, because, you know, if Kentimane doesn't want to watch you while you sleep, we will. But not in like a creepy way.
Do what we can. You can all be damn sure of that. Thank you.
And she pulls you into a wing and like pulls you against her, like kind of shields you from everybody with her somewhat feathery wings. Now, does Anastasia's player have a different take?
I think it would be a cool Greek tragedy end to the story for Anna if she ended up having to take the dream, but I think any other solution is cool. Like we've played this campaign for a long time, so I can't imagine it's gonna end bad. It seemed to make sense for Anna to do that in the end. But obviously I would have wanted a better, ending for her than that. Even though it's very heroic and sacrificial, it definitely fits with Anna's character. Do that, but I can't bear the thought of leaving Kyra and Saphira, her adopted daughter, in that world without her. So, but yeah, as far as like destroying all the magic, that's fine, I guess. As far as I'm understanding our options, making it real sounds cool. That would be cool.
Well, and according to Valis, even a world with little to no magic can gain magic. It's just that the prime material is more mundane and more grounded. You guys are in a world that is essentially a demiplane, so it is a reflection of the being who created it. That's why oaths have such power, and that's why you can't leave easily, and like all these other things. In a real world, when you say, "I promise I'll be back soon," like you don't suddenly become oath-bound to return soon. Like, but Thylea needed a world that she had control of, a world where she could feel safe, where people would keep their promises, essentially.
So her insecurities manifested in like needing oaths and
right. She
she
doesn't
want to be abandoned, so she's clean,
right.
holds everyone
So
close.
yep, exactly. Yep. But that does beg the question: what sort of world would Cyrus make if he was the dreamer? And is that a world that you guys would want for the people?
Hypatia would maybe quietly muse that it might be good for more than one person to have the dreaming.
Oh. I mean, you did swear an oath of fellowship. Damn.
Well, wait, I thought all the rules were...
Yeah, it's true. You did. Yeah, you guys did break all the oaths when you killed the Furies. Which, if people weren't busy being murdered by kaiju, they'd probably be acting a fool right now. So.
Why don't we get to the end and then just have a battle royale? Last man standing. Hypatia can play dead right away.
I was going to say, so you just want Reset to be in charge. Okay. I got it. I don't know. With Cyrus's rolls, I don't know. Like, these rolls have it's like you saved him up the whole campaign or something. Even your nat ones have turned into, like, incredible complications. Like, I don't know.
Meteor shower of doom.
I don't know who would pull it out.
I was just joking about that.
Oh, does someone say meteor shower? I mean, this guy can cast electric meteor showers. If anybody's, just it's a lot of CR30 stat blocks I made. Just saying.
Yeah, like the
I don't
heroic
think
animal wants to
fighting
go
kaijus.
fly and go fight Cthulhu, but I'm worried that I'm gonna get fucking mentally fucked forever. And not even be able to participate in anything after that.
I love those gerblins to death. I am not going anywhere near that fucking thing.
Yeah.
Well, Anna, they call that ability non-Euclidean madness, if you must know. But with a DC 30 Wisdom save, you should be fine.
Oh, I was hoping it'd be charisma,
Oh.
and I could probably last out for a little bit.
I don't know. If Cyrus takes over, are all of these guys just gonna like get a house?
Yeah, I mean, is the world become Greek? Is it Greek Monster Hunter? Is that what we're looking at? Like, because they haven't set Monster Hunter in a Greek setting yet. So I mean, are we getting Greek Monster Hunter?
Hey, I need defenders, right? I got defenders already provided for me right here to guard me while I sleep.
Oh. Okay.
Some of these guys are just evil for evil's sake, like those fucking Kraken asshole.
They're only evil because she thinks they're evil.
Well,
No.
the Kraken is not. The Kraken is the creation of he's the creation of he's the creation of Sydon, and he just a bad boy.
I mean,
He's just a
Luthiria
bad
might
boy.
pick up her puppy here and take with her when she leaves. This guy is just angry for sure.
Let's face it.
I see too much.
Yeah.
If I take over the dream, and I'm just going to manifest Thylea's version of Godzilla to, be in charge of the other kaiju.
Literally right here. This is Godzilla's stat block.
I'll take over his mind. It's all be good. Live through him.
And then we also need to find out what the other gods are planning, because they probably have their own plans they're gonna see through. And then, if we get into conflict with them, I mean... Because Wave 1 is already happening, right? So...
I'll be real surprised when all the
the
kaiju turn on
consequences of
them.
Wave 1 are just gonna happen, so we need to have...
If you want to spend Wave 1 meeting with the gods of New Olympus,
No, I don't.
you could do that with...
I think that we should try and do it on the DL. Like...
I think we just like hope that they're gonna protect people and go to the Thylea and end this as soon as possible.
All the sirens seem to think they'll help if I ask them for help, obviously. But we don't really know what they're gonna do.
Let's also
Gerblin
wait and
lives
see if they need
are at
help.
stake.
Gerblin yeah. What's left of them, for sure.
You mean the Catherblins?
Oh.
I mean, all it wants is me, so it's like, I go fly over there and say, hey, here I am, and fly away. I don't know. Take this fight out of Metropolis. Into space or whatever, I don't know.
I mean, if you are looking for a tragic end, I mean...
Yeah.
Look, they couldn't even beat us at Blitzball. What do you think they can do? They're just all gonna die.
I almost killed the hunters a couple times, so...
I think
we can fight 2 of these guys at once?
I don't think we're fighting any of them.
No.
Don't get me wrong, I want to fight all of them. Each and every one of them. I do. I really do, but we don't get that luxury. I'll tell you what, if Phil becomes the dreamer, then way up here in the north, there's just gonna be these guys in line. and Phil's just gonna be taking turns on him. A spectral image.
Well, these seem to be her nightmares. So if we wake her up, then the nightmares go away. That was the idea.
That's one of the thoughts.
That is the general belief is that.
Yeah, her nightmare, but
well,
Phil's
just
wet
hard,
dream.
just a hard wake up would just everything would poof, and then only the things that have a strong sense of self, only the things that are real enough would survive the essentially the sundering, the shattering of the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like what's left.
Right. But I mean, that in a way is what she allegedly has always planned for. Or maybe she wasn't planning. Maybe she was just a coward and kept pushing away everything she was afraid of.
She didn't have a good counselor like Nessa to help her work through her problems.
That's for damn sure. Yeah. Oof.
Some counselors are too good.
Big stuff. Big stuff to well, now you do get a whole week to think about it. So now you do get a whole week to think about it.
So I'm not gonna be here next Monday.
Oh,
I said this a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in Texas. My nephew's birthday.
Okay. Next session could be the last session, depending on what you do. Then you'd have two weeks to think about it. I certainly don't want you guys to miss the last one.
I don't want to ask anybody to slow it down, but I don't want to miss it.
Yeah.
Bro, we've been
at
doing
all.
this for like 3 years. I think one more week is.
I don't
fine.
have another game starting until August, so if we need to delay a week, that's fine. That would be Memorial Day, which, hear me out, is a holiday for most people. We could do a extra long episode.
Oh yeah, for the
Dude.
finale.
That could work. Yeah.
What is Memorial Day?
So Memorial Day is when America remembers all the brave soldiers who died fighting to defend freedom.
That's May 29th.
Yes, May 29th.
The last Monday in May.
Yeah.
Which I think I actually have off that day.
I'm just saying, I don't know, like, time zone and everything else if it would line up, but we could start, like, 2 hours earlier if you guys wanted to.
I could. I don't know about the
I stopped-
Canadian.
No, I stopped working at 6, so
Okay. 1 hour earlier?
it'd be hard.
Okay, alright. Then I guess we'll run normal time on the 29th. Alright, so everybody should clear their schedules. And you have 2 weeks to figure out what you're going to do. And it could be over very quickly, or it could be a long, dragged out, several sessions, like, brawl, depending on what path you take.
Can we hard decide though? Like maybe like meet next Monday for like 10 minutes just to make like the decision of what we're going to do, so we can prepare epilogues appropriately, or should I just show up with like 4 epilogues?
Oh yeah, I said on prep today, I was like, well, I didn't write any epilogues because I have absolutely no fucking clue how the campaign is going to end. So I can't even begin to imagine what sort of epilogues would be needed. What it is impressive to me is that at one point you had a B team and like NPCs that would have filled like the whole bottom of this map. But here at the end, like, it is really just like this core group of individuals that have hung in there and endured all the stuff that has happened.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You pushed a lot of them aside and killed some of them, so.
Well, I mean, I didn't. But yeah, I think it's pretty interesting.
Come to me, my friends, in your darkest hour. Where's the Colossus? I will go fight them.
I mean, to be fair, he should have gotten loose with everything else in the boxes. Right?
Oh
true.
shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
dang.
he and his daughter should be loose out there somewhere.
The
We're
tricky
gonna
part. The tricky part is, right? The tricky part is, like, this has happened globally, right? So last time it was City of Mitros, 9 quadrants, a lot of shit happening. This is literally the whole world. So yeah, there's definitely a lot happening out there, but what can you focus on, and what's going to be a distraction essentially from what needs to be done? Yeah.
He probably took this opportunity to steal away with his daughter, all oath broken.
Oh shit! I need to team.
That's what I'd do.
I need to team up with Luthiria, and then we go kick this guy's ass. He's already crazy.
Which guy? Oh,
Who?
this guy?
Go,
I mean, she beat him. She beat him
She
once.
beat him once before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
my god, I could imagine that fight. He's like, make a will save, and she's like, what will save? I don't have them anymore.
Mm.
Something we could do if
You know
we
what?
don't
I still
have.
I still have the pieces of her scythe that I had made into arrows when I was all about killing her.
If we don't have everybody for next week, we could see what people were doing during Wave 1. You could play as like small teams in like vignettes, basically, of like fighting these creatures or escaping from these creatures or whatever. But or we just have 2 weeks to talk it out and prepare. So, you know, whichever. But okay. All right, so we will resume on the 29th officially, and then you guys have until then to make your decision about what you decide to do next. So, quick announcements. Tomorrow night, Pathfinder Abomination Vaults Deluxe continues. Level 5 respec, already paying fat dividends. So, if you want to see 4 dudes who sold out big time to math, finally kicking monster butts, that's what happens. This should be happening Tuesday. Or Cyberpunk Red with Dom. Wednesday night, we're going to play some more Dragon's Dogma. Thursday, new adventure arc for Curse of Strahd Nightfall. Friday is an unknown, a mystery. Saturday morning, we're going to do Red Hand of Doom, and they're going to finish up a pretty major arc before settling into the last chapter, question mark? And then Sunday morning, Cursed Daybreak, they will be finishing up an arc and then trying to figure out what they're going to do next. Sunday night, Mythic Odyssey will be journeying to the Island of Time and the Star Wars universe, because that's why not? Why not? And then Monday will be off, and then more D&D, all that jazz. So, I'm also happy to announce that after a couple of months of burnout, I'm over it. I don't feel burned out anymore. I'm actually very happy and excited to sit down and play tabletop and plan adventures and make tokens and write notes and come up with homebrew, and I am able to find joy in it once again. And so I am going to go ahead and run games on Monday and Saturday after the Monday and Saturday games are over. So
Congrats.
that roller coaster, emotional roller coaster ride is over. Arrived at my destination. So,
Wow.
yeah.
You arrived at the next stop.
The next stop, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair, yeah. With this timeline, the roller coaster, it never stops. All right. Anybody have any other announcements before we adjourn?
If people are interested, I did throw up a preliminary poll just so we can kind of get like a pulse on everybody's initial thoughts. No like concrete, I'm committed to this. It'd just be nice to know what people are thinking like right now.
Well, honestly, just seems like a flow chart of what ends up happening.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, I mean, what if we have 3 people that are like, we don't want anyone to fucking take over that dreamer ship. We want to just make Thylea the land real, you know? Like, that'd be fair.
I mean, that's, yeah, like, the dreamer part is going to be trickier than just the killing part. So, or you may, through just study of your notes and conversation, come up with some other thing.
Yeah.
Some third thing. And you got 2 weeks, so we'll see what happens.
Yep.
All right. Well, you got the tools to communicate. So whatever it is you guys decide to do, I will support it, and we will see how it all ends. All right. Hope everybody has a good week, and see you around the Discord.
Good night.
Good night.
Everyone. Bye.